Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Carlisle United Career Mode Save. This is episode number 11. And just before we start off today's episode, I would just like to quickly extend my thanks to all of you guys who have supported me all through the 10 episodes that I have uploaded so far. It's been a great journey so far, and I hope to keep entertaining you guys with quality content. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy today's episode as well. And to start off today's episode, we've got 4 games that we will probably be playing, and there are a few big ones, namely the Rotherham replay FA Cup game that we drew the other day, and the bigger one, which is against MK Dons, which would be the last episode. Which would be the last game of today's episode. And it's the start of the month, and we have our monthly scouting report. And once again, there are not too many great pickups from our current scout in England. Had to reject quite a few players, and I've kept one just to be scouted further. As for our scout in Japan, yeah, same sort of situation. We're not looking too great in terms of our youth team setup, because I'm a little not to say confused, but debating it between myself if I would like to go for quality or quantity. Realistically, and most probably I should be going for quantity, as we all know the number of players in our scout is a lot lesser compared to the rest of the teams in the league. So maybe I should be going for quantity, but for some reason I'm not exactly keen on taking up too many players, especially because most of them have really low starting overalls, and it would take ages to train them up to first team quality. And our first team quality isn't like, 70 plus overall or something like that. They are still in the early 60s and mid 60s, but when you have players coming through who are like 40 plus or early 50s, it's gonna take a bit of time to get them into the squad. Like we had Oscar Mason come through, and it was his lucky time, and perhaps our lucky time as well, that he grew quite fast compared to the rest of the squad, that he's now edging 60 overall. So that was when we had one player to focus on, and if we keep getting more and more players, and with our coaching capabilities, we would struggle to field these players along the way. Of course, we can send most of them out on loan and whatnot, and probably sell them on for a profit in the future, but at the moment we already have enough headache as it is. And the latest headache in today's first game in today's episode is we concede very early on, and it's not a great start for us, as we would be looking at a 2-0 deficit by half time, and it wasn't the best of games that I had. For some reason, Dokru Alexandra weren't exactly performing well throughout their season. I think they were in the bottom 4, if I'm not mistaken, but they're not doing too well, and for some reason we do struggle against the bottom half teams, and we couldn't create too many chances. It took us until about the 81st minute to get something on target, and it was Oscar Mason's third goal of the season. But ultimately, that goal was not enough for us to get a point, at least for the game. And it is our first loss. It is our first loss since match week 3. This game is match week 31. So we've stayed undefeated for about most of the season. I think about 90% of the season, and that's our second loss of the season. And it was disappointing to lose our undefeated streak, but we were looking to get back into our winning ways in the game against Rotherham next in the FA Cup replay. And for this game we went back to our first starting 11 that we always use. As the previous game I fielded the second string players because of the fixture congestion, and to be honest we probably should have taken the lead a couple of times early on in the first half, and as a result of not taking our chances and some comical defending, Rotherham do take the lead in the 34th minute against the run of play. And I know the standard of defending isn't that great in League 2, but honestly, how lucky can you get? How lucky can you get? But Rotherham do take the lead, and I thought to myself that this can't be happening. We can't be slumping into back-to-back defeats. So we pushed on, and we had Mark Cullen finish off a beautiful move from Hallam Hope down the left wing, and parity is restored once again. 1-1 up to half time, and in the second half started pushing very early on. We had a couple of chances very early on, and the goalkeeper did some decent saves, but he couldn't stop this one. This goal from Hallam Hope, wonderful first time finish from our number 9, and he's been amazing since he picked up form earlier on in the season. When I say earlier on, probably like in October or November, was it? Yeah, when he picked up form, and ever since he has been a good source for goals. Once again down the left wing, but this time it's Nathan Thomas as I took off Hallam Hope for Arthur, who feeds the ball into Mike Jones, who puts it into the top corner, and that's no saving that one. 3-1 up into the next round of the FA Cup, most definitely. What a performance from the boys in blue. What a performance to pick ourselves up after the defeat at the weekend against Crewe. A 3-1 scoreline and man of the match performance to Hallam Hope as he scored one and also set up one earlier in the first half. And in the next round, we are facing another Premier League outfit, and this time it is Leicester City. And I didn't want to get my hopes up too high. Well, it is Leicester City, and we aren't exactly doing too well for ourselves, so fingers crossed we can pull something off when we meet them. But a quick look earlier, Hallam Hope wins Player of the Month award, a well-deserved award, as he got 4 goals in the month of January. Well deserved. And as for the following game against Exeter City, we are back to our backup brigade, as I'm trying to keep everyone fit for the upcoming tight schedules. So against Exeter City, I hope the boys could pick themselves up after the disappointing loss at the weekend earlier against Crewe, but we do concede very early on after some confusion in the defensive line, and I thought, are we looking at our second defeat in 2 games in the league after not losing for around 27 games? Well, no, we need to pick ourselves up. So at the start of the second half, Connor Simpson makes a brilliant interception, and that interception provided us a lot of space to work with as Exeter tried to close us down. And down the right wing, O'Hare provides a beautiful cross for Arthur, who plants his header into the back of the net. What a wonderful header. The technique is great. Soon after, the game did die down a little, but we kept pushing, and we definitely should have taken the lead right here, but the goalkeeper denies us that opportunity as he saves the ball onto the post and then back into his hands. But we don't give up, because we are trying to get the full maximum 3 points, and based on the gameplay we definitely could take the 3 points. So we pushed it until the end, and in the last minute of the game, couple of 1-2s, and Arthur. If only Hallam Hope wasn't performing, you would definitely be back into the starting 11. But a wonderful first time effort, and it's into the back of the net. And that was the last kick of the game, and we end the game with 3 points in the bag. Man of the match performance definitely to Arthur, as 2 goals scored and saving us from going to back-to-back losses, and first time after going undefeated for close to 27 games in the league. And that win makes sure that we maintain our second spot and also 2 points behind MK Dons. Maybe if we didn't lose the game earlier today, we could have been leading them by a point. But it is what it is. And the next game, so the Leicester City FA Cup game, I thought I had hit the record button, but I didn't hit the record button. I'm so sorry, you guys. But anyway, we drew the game 0-0, which earned us a replay 2 weeks after the initial game. So I will be showing that game in the next episode, and I hope that I do hit the record button this time around. But as promised, and as a compensation for missing out on the earlier game, we do have the next game against MK Dons. Yes, top of the table clash. And let me tell you guys that this was an end-to-end 6-goal thriller of a game. And to start things off, of course, I have to make a comical mistake which would provide MK Dons with a lead very early on. But we don't give up despite our recent questionable form, as we do fight back and we do get our equalizer in about the 22nd minute, and it was a brilliant through ball and a brilliant run through all the way one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and we do get our equalizer. But of course we have to concede almost immediately after. Yeah, we do concede straight from kickoff, and it was a shambolic giveaway inside the box, and for some reason I couldn't get my feet sorted. Any of the players, any of the defenders couldn't get their feet sorted. Their awareness was straight out of the window, and it was so frustrating because having taken the equalizer just before and having to concede right after you score a goal is one of the most frustrating things that could ever happen in football. But we do get luck on our side this time around, as there's another shambolic piece of defending, but from MK Dons this time around, and after a lucky touch and also a lucky hit on the crossbar, we do get our equalizer just before halftime. However, despite our resilience in the first half, MK Dons decided to turn up like prime Barcelona, prime 2008-2009 Barcelona, and play tiki-taka right in front of our box and produce a wonderful finish. But, we do have Hallam Hope on our side, and when you have Hallam Hope, there is always hope for your team. I know, that was lame, but we do end the game 3-3, the final scoreline, and what a thriller of a game this was. Man of the match performance from Nathan Thomas specifically did a wonderful job creating chances after chances. Also got the 2 goals that provided us a platform to end the game in a draw, and that result keeps us just behind MK Dons, still the 2-point gaps at the top of the table, but we are trying to cut it short, and we'll definitely try to cut it short in the next matches. And that's all for today's episode, guys. If you did like today's episode, do drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.